Jnanamulam Guru Pujamulam Guru Mantramulam Guru Bhaktyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa Om Shri Guru Namaha. Last time we talked about this sloka, Ya Nisha Sarvabhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami Yasham Jagrati Bhutani Sha Nisha Pashyato Mune. And in plain words, we study that those who are alert, awake, those who are yogi, they stay awake during night, and during day, when the whole world is awake, they sleep. Here the word awakeness need to be understood. Awakeness, being awake of one's own nature. So during nighttime meaning during which average person is completely not aware of neither his body nor himself. So you can say completely asleep. So time during which normal person is not awake, yogi or the muni, they are always awake. And the other thing we have to also understand that even during daytime, we say we are awake, but we are not awake to know our own original nature. So to say, understanding this part, that those who are on the path of spiritual knowledge, they need to be aware of one's own real nature during day as well as during night. For that, there is no night or no day. And any time when we lose this awareness, we lose this consciousness, even though outside it may be bright day, but consider that we are not on the path of spirituality. We are not awake. We are not awake because we are not paying attention to what our real nature is. Now that and the following sloka will further enhance and will further guide us. And the last point, and still covering both this sloka, because lot often we get the inquiry saying that how I can meditate better, how I can be silent, how I cannot be angry anytime, how I can be like a practitioner yoga. So all those questions we all undergo, and so often, and that the last part will cover. And so let me take you to the second sloka, which is talking about who binds the karma and who does not bind the karma. Whereby the point is When you surrender to the Supreme, and when you are not the doer, and you feel yourself to be a part and a tool of the cosmos for something to happen, during which you are not the doer, and as a result, karmas do not bind you. And the reason karma doesn't bind you, because you are not doing it, but the things are being done. Being done by who? Even though you might have had your physical involvement, but what is important is mentally you are aware that I am not the doer. I am not doing it. Things are happening. Even if you go and say you run an ashram and hundreds of students are learning, even though you may be a teacher, but internally you should see some higher power is inspiring you, and you are not talking, but the flute is being played. You're like a flute, and it is the wind from the Supreme that plays the tune of it. Even though we know this example, but at the time when we have to do, we think that I did this and I did that. And we, even though we might have donated $100 or $1,000, we want to have a nice big plaque put with a 3 generations stipulated on it. So not only in your mind that you are the doer, but your parents wants to know that you did it, and your even children also want to know that you did it, and your friends would also come to know. So in that light, for Bharatiya culture, they say that you should act in such a manner so that when the right hand does something, even left hand doesn't know. So that type of activity that is not anybody else's, it is your sadhana. So that part we will be learning toward the end. Let me take you to the second sloka. But the summary of the first sloka is question yourself as to how I can be a yogi. It is not that you do all the asanas, bending and twisting your body. It is not that you may be doing various different kind of pranayam. I'm not saying they are not needed. They are needed. But a lot more needed is your mental awareness that you are not the doer. And who you are, as soon as you come to know and you become aware that I'm a divine being, I am that, soham asmi. So, saha aham asmi, that I am. And continues that awareness, you do it. And even before going to bed, you do it. Then the sloka that we learn, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutana. So during which Nisha, midnight, everybody else sleep, and just question yourself, are you asleep or not? Forget about the night. Let's begin during daytime. Anytime during daytime, your ego pops in. At that time, remind yourself, things are happening. Traffic is getting jammed. My car is being driven slow. Does not matter. Outside it is hot. I'm not the doer. Even though if I'm a doctor and I'm examining the patient, I'm not truly examining the patient, but it's the divine power that has entrusted me with medical knowledge, so I am just fitting in. My body becomes an instrument. I become an instrument, but I am not the doer. That type of continuous reminder, then, dear friend, you can tell yourself that I am doing yoga 24 hours, at least during 8 hours of your so-called job or practice. You may be an engineer, you may be retired, you may be a housewife. So even when you're a housewife and you're serving your family, at that time, just think that you have been entrusted, meaning you have been given this responsibility of a motherhood or a fatherhood. How nice it is that I'm being chosen to do this work. I am not doing it. I am being given all the power of the divine. So that way, you will be practicing yoga. Here the word muni is used. Muni, the same thing. One who continuously do manana. And those are the practitioner. And for them, he does not sleep. What do you mean by does not sleep? He never thinks that I am the doer. For him, even though he may be sleeping, but he is not sleeping. So what is day to a yogi is he being aware that I am a divine being. That is day. And any time when we are not aware, we are nisha, night. We are in night, we are observing night. So you can say, even though our eyes may be wide open and outside may be brilliant sun, but we are in, or we are during the night. We are not seeing anything. We are dreaming of something which we are not. So that sloka is very, very powerful. Every time when you do the rosary mala and do Om Sri Krishna Saranam Om Namah Shivaya, Sri Ganesha Om Ram, or Amen, whatever you do, instead of doing that, you ask yourself, am I awake? Am I awake? Am I awake? So whether it may be night or during day, so a sadhaka, an aspirant, or one who wants to practice yoga, one who wants to practice real dharma, one has to be aware of and making sure to him or her 24 hours are that of day. And even if you don't remember 24 hours, don't feel bad, but at least let us begin with 5 minutes. Make sure that during 5 minutes, you are not thinking yourself as karta or the doer. Just 5 minutes. And that will be equivalent to all the religious formalities or the puja that you do. You do not necessarily have to have a Brahmin coming and doing puja for you. You do not necessarily have to go to a church or a mosque. But even at home, you simply be aware that you are not a doer. Things are happening. Let me take you to the second sloka. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha iti mam yo abhijatani janati karma bhinner sa badyate. What it says, activities do not taint me. Do not taint me means it is not the activity that creates the karma for you, nor do I desire the fruit of the action. And he said, I am not desiring any fruit because I am just a servant. One who knows me in this way is never bound by karmic reaction of the world. So this is Krishna is saying that activities do not taint me. He says, look, no matter what I do, activity does not create karma for me. Why? Because I am not the doer. And one who knows me in this way is never bound by the karmic reaction. Karmic reaction, fruit of the action of the work. See how beautifully this sloka and the previous sloka, the match. In the first sloka, he's talking about being aware of. Aware of what? Not what you are doing, but aware of. It's not that you are, whatever you do, you're not becoming aware of, but you are becoming aware of that you are a divine being. And what do you mean by you are the divine being? Your identity, your asmita, your falsehood, your false personality, your ego dissolve. And internally you are aware that it is the divine who is getting the work done by you. So the work is not in the translation it was thinking, meaning work is not creating an impression in your head that you are the doer. You did it so good. Whether you did so excellent or not, but you did not do it. Even though physically you did it, but you did not call yourself as the karta, as the doer. To those people, karma, the action does not bind you. What do you mean by bind? He or she will not have to be bound by the laws of karma. And what is the laws of karma? As you do it, so shall you reap. Jaisi karni, vaisi bharni. Meaning, as you do it, so you will have to pay. As you plant the seeds, so you will have to reap. So if you are planting a thorny bush, how could you expect a fruit like mango or any other sweet fruit? So to say, if you are working with an awareness and with a pride, ego, that you are doing it, in that case, you will also have to bear the fruit of the action. So when you have to bear the fruit of the action, second slok says that leaves a layer on you. It leaves a covering on you so that you will have to bear the fruit of the action. So it is so important. And the third side, very, very important, summarizing both this sloka, is every single minute you remind yourself, I am not the doer. With these, even though you know I am not the doer, I have talked about earlier, and today is just the one word we'll remember, and that word is flow, Flow. What does it mean? Things are happening. Again, flow means when the water is flowing, does the water ask you, should I go little left or should I go little right? Should I go over the rock or by the side of the rock? No, it is just the flow. So is the time with us. Time also flows. And let us apply the word flow in our daily life. Today you go and you are running a business. Since morning till evening you sat and did not earn anything, no customer came. You may be looking here and there, you may be even cursing yourself, saying bad word about you. I should have done that. Oh, I should have put a big sign over there. Or I should have called a couple customers. Oh, I should have put it on sale. So many different thoughts will come and you will start thinking, I did not do that. And when you say, I did not do that, who are you referring to? I, ego. So instead of the doership, if you just think that the flow, it was the time was flowing, situation was flowing, my business was flowing, my service job was flowing, and whatever that happened, I did not do. So as soon as you introduce the word flow in your mind, not you have to say outside, just in your mind, you will become so light. Because do you ever feel that when it rains and the water flows over your lawn or straight into the gutter? Do you ever worry about that? So one needs to understand the word flow. Today, you being a doctor, you're sitting in your office and not a single patient comes in. Don't look outside the window, don't worry about it. But internally, you contemplate on the word flow. We never think, we all the time think that patients should have come and I should have made money or I should have served. Instead, when no patient shows up, what can we not think? This is the flow, word Flow. God has given me this time to meditate, to contemplate, to do dharana. Just enjoy the time. A simple domestic example. Husband is sitting on a dining table and the wife took extra 5 minutes to serve him hot roti, bread. And husband during daytime can be upset. Don't you think I've been wasting my time? In that case, you are the doer. Instead of that, you just close your eyes and say, thank you, divine. Oh God, you gave me such a beautiful time to calm myself down and to think of you. So you are enjoying the flow of the time. So everywhere, and sometimes when I'm talking about the patient and the medical doctor, normally you examine 10 patients, but someday you got 15. Enjoy it. Don't say, so many people, don't they know that I have been working since morning? I'm so tired. Of course you are tired because you are the doer. But if you would consider that as the flow of time and divine sending this patient, divine sending this information, in that case, you don't get tired because it is as if you are on vacation. Tell me a single person getting tired on vacation. No, I shouldn't say there are enough number of people because they're considering vacation as also as a job. So any vacation you take it and you accept it as flow. There was traffic and I could not reach there to see the sunshine, sunset, so be it. But while going during the traffic, I had such a peaceful, slow, relaxing driving. I enjoyed it. That is equally the sunset. That the word flow I meant. And that shows we are not the controller of the time. Truly speaking, we are not the controller at all. And more we understand, more and more we come to know what we are really doing is we are practicing yoga 24 hours. And just think that you could not see the sunset. And you said, well, hey, so be it. We equally enjoy the time coming to the sunset point. As soon as you say, we enjoy the time, whereby you're not getting mad on yourself. You're not getting mad for something not happening the way you want it, but something happened the way it was meant to happen. So this meet the need is such a beautiful time. And I feel so happy that how Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam, then the second sloka, Karmana Labhyate, karma is not leaving any tint on me. And the third one, the flow, word, how all the three fits and it conveys us the same meaning. So dear friend, I am nobody to assign you any homework, but I'm assigning myself that reminder that starting tomorrow, why tomorrow? Starting at 8:30 tonight, I will be observing the word flow. Flow, samaino prava. The activity, those are happening. I am not the doer. So if I have a mala and I want to do it, so you can do, I'm not the doer. I'm not the doer. I am not the doer. I am not the doer. Or flow, 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 flow. And just before going to bed, examine your bed and check where and how did you observe the word flow. This will be such a beautiful meditation. And wherever you fail, don't feel bad or mad, but just remind yourself, tomorrow on, I will be careful. That's all. Very simply. and you don't have to share with anybody. And when I say spirituality is a singular journey, meaning only you and you only. You don't have to share with your wife, your children. And I'm not saying don't share. You don't have to. If they are also in a mood of receiving, and if that reminds you better, then do it. It is so that they will also come to know where we can miss and we need not miss or we should not miss. So, dear friend, with this, let us have Shanti part together. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. That's it.